I said 2 months ago, Horizon would be the worst movie of the summer. No matter what. This would be the worst movie of the summer and probably the worst movie of the year. And then this film, at the 11th and a half hour, said, hold my beer. Yeah. Do the thing. Oh, wait, hold on. Do the thing.
Hire himself out. Reagan sleepy.
Yep. Hi, everyone. It's me, Grant, the movie and TV guy. Angry Grant Show, everybody. Angry Grant Show. Alright. Anyway, where do I even fucking start with this? Alright. Here we go. Reagan is directed by Sean McNamara. Our old pal Sean McNamara. The genius behind such gems as Casper, The Spirited Beginning, Three Ninjas High Noon at Mega Mountain, Raise Your Voice, The Cutting Edge 2 Going for the Gold, Bratz the Movie, Soul Surfer, what else? Cats and Dogs 3, Paws Unite, The King's Daughter, and On a Wing and a Prayer. The worst director in movie history is back, everybody. The King! To make his longest, dumbest, worst movie yet. Oh, he also did Baby Jesus 3, 4, and 5. I forgot to mention this. Reagan centers on the life of Ronald Reagan and his life and the 40th president. What I mean by that is they basically do a filmed adaptation of these filmmakers practically lifting Ronald Reagan's dead body out of the ground, leaning forward, and vigorously sucking his dick for 2 hours and 15 fucking minutes. Fuck the plot. Look, I'm gonna say right now what's going on here. Hear me. I've seen some shoddy films on the big screen, okay? I've seen some shit. When it comes to movies getting a wide release in over 2,000 theaters, on a filmmaking level, we'll get to the other moral stuff that I have an issue with this movie later, but on a filmmaking level, on a editing level, on a special effects level, on an acting level, everything level, Reagan is one of the worst, if not the worst, wide release theatrical movies I've ever seen on a technical level. The other issue is, it is a fucking lie. This whole movie is insanely dishonest and insanely pandering. Dennis Quaid, love him to death, acts in this movie like he has a mouth full of marbles. He talks out of the side of his mouth so much. His idea of doing a Reagan impression, I used to talk like this. The entire movie, like this. And it's even worse when they do the terrible digital de-aging, which makes him look like they gave him digital collagen in his lips. It looks so bad. How bad is this movie? This movie, which the theater was fucking packed for, by the way, on a Saturday night tonight, like, full of people who, some of whom are wearing, like, Trump shirts and stuff. Like, just come on. Yeah. Oh, we'll get there. Was, where do I start? Establishing shots that are so clearly stock footage that they are overlit. They look like stock footage you'd see on like a corporate website's welcome video or like a hotel. It looked terrible. There's one scene where it's like a speech that Reagan is giving where they cut to a wide and the crowd they added was so clearly CGI that at one point one of the digital, people started to glitch, like actively glitch and like fuzz out and like was corrupted, and they kept it in the movie. Like, oh my god, what? This is you're charging people $12.50 for this movie. Oh, you bastards! This movie is so shoddy. It has actors in it who have been good before, like Quaid and David Henry, who I know occasionally watches this channel. Apparently, I was informed. And David, for what it's worth, you were the only one who I think was actually bringing some level of charisma to this movie. He plays young Lincoln young Lincoln. Jesus, young Reagan. Not even close. Young Reagan. But everybody else, John Voight is in this. There's key roles here for Kevin Sorbo as a pastor. Two actors from one of my favorite shows who I've not seen since that show ended, and I don't know what they were doing here. Those being Amanda Rigetti and Xander Berkeley, who are both on the really good TV show The Mentalist, which I loved. They're in this for some fucking reason. I don't know why they're in this. Maybe they're pals with Sean McNamara. And they have, like, nothing roles in this. C. Thomas Howell, John Voight, like, Mina Savari. These are the people they could afford. And then you've also got people in there. Oh, and this is the biggest thing. Guess who plays Reagan's dad? Oh, Pat Boone. Pat Boone shows up in a scene with another actor playing Pat Boone in the movie. Holy shit. But here's the biggest thing of all. Guess who else shows up? And this is the kiss of death. If Sean McNamara is the worst director in Hollywood, this is the worst actor in Hollywood. And he's in this. That is our old pal. You know him. You have never loved him. Justin fucking Chapman. Yeah, Justin fucking Chapman is in this as Reagan's father. And he is terrible in this. Like he is in every movie he's ever been in. He is so bad in this. It's absurd how bad he is in this. In his, like, 2 scenes as his father. This movie, Kevin Dillon shows up for, like, 5 seconds as Jack Warner. Like, it's one of those movies, but then it gets to, here's the larger point, which is this. This movie plays so fast and loose with history. First and foremost, this is hagiography of the highest order. Reagan is never allowed, there's no conflict, because Reagan, his real life, even his real life flaws are never shown. It is always written off, either given away to somebody else or just not shown at all. For instance, they completely gloss over very important details, such as the fact that Reagan and his wife completely ignored the AIDS crisis, which, as president, and his dishonesty led to thousands of deaths that could have been prevented if he did something about it. Glossed over. There is, it shows as a positive the fact that he wants to call the National Guard on student protesters. It's shown as a positive, and here's the biggest oversight of all. It goes so far as to claim that communist Russians tried to assassinate Reagan. Crack a fucking book. No, it was fucking John Hinckley. Everybody fucking knows this. But again, it doesn't fit the propaganda. It doesn't fit the propaganda at all. So they keep it out. This movie is... I think my buddy Brad Jones said it best when he said that, like, it's like... At its best, Quaid's performance would pass muster as guest starring as Reagan on, like, an episode of Drunk History. Absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, this movie is so shoddy. There's a scene where there's like an establishing shot with a bird. The bird looks like a bird out of Birdemic. Like, it's that level of shit. How did this get a theatrical release? Why? And it's almost pornographic the way they lust after the glory and the godliness of Reagan. It is so shameful, and it is so despicable, and it's so self-serving, and it's so pretentious, and it's so just wrong that it actually it pissed me off. And also, blacklisting innocent people from their jobs for being communists, totally the right thing to do. And also, not only that, but Dalton Trumbo represents the Hollywood elite, and therefore we portray him as a flamboyant, over-the-top, aggressive, mean-spirited asshole. How fucking dare they? That makes me so angry. And then on top of that, it has this whole thing about, propaganda. Hollywood is the devil. Hollywood is trying to propagandize while it's actively being propaganda. And also, see, it wants to have it both ways. It's a double standard. It wants to say that Hollywood is the root of all evil, and also further kiss the ass of Reagan for being a Hollywood celebrity before he was president. It can't make up its mind. It doesn't understand how to do it. This movie, the poor context they put in the actress also who played Nancy Reagan, who gives a terrible performance, by the way. It's creepy. It's glassy-eyed. It looks bad. I am sorry. It looks bad. John Voight narrates this movie, and his whole character is he's like one of the officials alongside Gorbachev, right? His whole thing is watching Ronald Reagan do the Ronald Reagan thing, and then stare wide-eyed like, oh, yes, what a glorious person. And then in the present day, tell this to another Russian officer, which is the framing device that this whole movie is built on. And this movie does not know when to... This movie's almost 2.5 hours long, and it is... And in 2.5 hours, if anybody went into this not knowing who Ronald Reagan is, you would learn nothing here that you couldn't find 5 minutes of Googling this person. It is Cliff Notes. It's Wikipedia. It's literally, this happened and then this happened. He was a lifeguard. He gets married. The marriage doesn't end well. He has kids. Then he's married to Nancy. Then he becomes president. After he's governor. Gorbachev tear down these walls. It's every single bullet point, but there's no man underneath. There's no through line of character development. It's just constantly this and this and this and this and this. It's like watching a coked up, sugared up 10-year-old describing something to you. Like, then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then it goes on. And then it refuses to end. It ends, and there's footage of his funeral procession. There's some credits. Okay, we'll get there. But the point I'm trying to make is, I hated this movie. I thought it was shoddy. I'm not necessarily the kind of person who thinks that that Reagan is a monster as a person. I think Nixon, for instance, was worse. I think Donald Trump is fucking worse. Reagan did some okay things, but he also did some really shitty things that were detrimental. And I'd rather have a movie that is detached from Reagan the icon. Like, if Oliver Stone or Aaron Sorkin made this, it could be kind of interesting. But they didn't make this. Sean Dumbass McNamara made it. And I'm sorry. Don't let this man near a film camera again. I'm calling it. I've had enough. That's it, Sean McNamara. We're done. Oh, but we're not, apparently, because he has another movie already on the pipeline. We got a trailer for it. We'll get there, too. I hated this movie so much. It's the worst film of 2024, officially. It has usurped Horizon. I hated Reagan. I thought it was terrible. And my audience cried at the end of this motherfucker. You've got to be fucking... You can't be that easy. You cannot be that easy. Come on, people. You are being manipulated to a degree I've never seen before. This is just shameful. I hated this movie. I hated it. So, yeah, I'm going to give Reagan double up the ass. Middle fingers of kindness. 0 stars. You know what? Is there something lower than 0? You know what there is. It's negative $1 billion. This movie gets negative $1 billion stars. Double fuck you. I hated this movie. It's the worst film of the year so far. And probably going to be the worst film of the year altogether. So yeah, fuck this movie. Fuck this movie. Fuck this movie. Sean McNamara, never make a film again. Please. Well, you already made one that I'm probably going to have to fucking go see. And you're also dragging Emile Hirsch into it, which is fucking worse. We'll get there. Anyway, yeah, 0 stars, negative $1 billion stars, Reagan. I hated this piece of shit. Man, it's terrible. Oh boy. Anyway. That being said, trailer trash. We'll talk some trailer trash. A Real Pain, talked about it, I've seen it. We will be talking about it in November. It's great. Yeah, most of the trailers they showed in front of this are for movies that are either I can confirm are good or look good. So I don't know why they were in front of this movie. Here, talked about it looks good. Notice to Quit. This looked interesting. They got the dude who played Joel on Marvel's Mrs. Maisel in this. Looks charming. Speaking of movies that are great that should not be associated with this movie in any way, Whiplash, 10th anniversary re-release. Now we're talking. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. Fucking Whiplash is awesome. I can't wait to. I am going to see that on the big screen, and we are going to review it when that drops. Monster Summer, talked about it, looks good. Gladiator 2, talked about it, looks good. And this is where we get to Sean McNamara. Bow, Artist at War. Oh, Emile Hirsch. Oh, Inbar Levy. What does he have on you? You're both too good for this. Anyway. And then was there shawarma? Oh boy, was there. Extra footage alongside the credits. Then the credits are interrupted for 5 minutes of epilogue text. Then more credits. And then finally... Oh, and also the worst cover I've ever heard of one of the best songs ever written, Take Me Home Country Roads. Ooh, it was bad. Oh boy, John Denver was spinning in his grave. Holy shit. Don't you dare disgrace that man's work. Oh my god. And then after the credits, more dick sucking. Yeah, there's another scene after the credits. I hated this movie. And then it finally ends. And God, I hated this movie so much. Anyway, yeah, fuck this movie. So yeah, Reagan, that's it. In case you haven't noticed, I'm starting to be a little bit under the weather. It's probably just allergies. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. It's pretty much just sinus issues, but if I sound a little hoarse, that's because I am. So I got to keep the old instrument good. So we're going to stop it there. So yeah, Reagan, terrible. That's it for it. We will be back tomorrow for reviews of Gary, the documentary about Gary Coleman, and City of Dreams, which will be our last reviews for the summer movie season. We will officially be done, and we can call summer a rest before next week's stream. Then Monday we'll have a review of Fly, the new IMAX documentary. Also next week, Beetlejuice in the Front Room, and A New York Story. And then will have next Sunday, where this movie will certainly be mentioned, Summer 2024 wrap up, the best, the worst, and the rest. And so that's coming up with me and my pals. That's coming up, and that'll all be next time. And until next time, I'm Grant, the movie and TV guy. See it all, and I'm happy to share it with you. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Love you all, class dismissed. I love you 3000. Be kind to one another. If you like this video, give it a like if you want to. Give it a subscribe if you want to. Give it the bell. I don't know what it does. That's what you're supposed to do. Or so I've been told. Leave a comment, even if it's say Grant, I like waffles. It really helps out. If you want to find me elsewhere, reviews, lists, and other fun stuff, you can find me on all my social media. I'm on literally everything, and either Raised on Popcorn with Grant or Raised on Popcorn. Take care of yourself. Take care of your mental health. It's incredibly important. And I want to know down below, what did you think of Reagan? Did you like the movie? Did you hate the movie? Think my opinion's good? Think I'm full of shit? Comment below. Let me know. And until we meet again, we're all raised on popcorn. Make mine with extra butter. I'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone. See you around. Bye.